Hold on tight, DMV. You know what's cooking out in Ashburn. Our key stars are back 3 days before the war at Arrowhead. But if they flop, Mahomes is gonna bury us. Why is the return of our WR1 and our do-it-all weapon a savage move by Quinn? Spoiler alert, Kingsbury's got a trap for the Chiefs that nobody saw coming. And heads up, Adam Peters might be ready to drop a bombshell, a proven vet. Desperate to get out of Vegas. Could be coming in to add killer depth. The deadline is creeping up, and if we don't act, the Eagles are gonna snatch our guy. This Monday isn't just a game, it's either the comeback or the collapse. Will Peters roll the dice? Will the injured guys hold up? Do y'all realize what it means to see Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel out there in full pads? Going through a full practice. After for straight weeks 4 of watching our #1 receiver stuck on the sideline. After watching our offense fall apart without our top weapons. We finally see some light at the end of the tunnel. Let me tell you this. And listen close, when the Commanders dropped their first Thursday injury report, and I saw Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel listed as FULL participants, I nearly dropped my phone. No way, after all the doubt, after all the false hope, this is real. McLaurin's been out since September 21st. Since that 41-24 win over the Raiders where he went down with that quad injury. 4 straight games without our WR1. 4 games of watching Marcus Mariota try to pull off miracles without his top target. And now let me ask you this. Do you really think it's a coincidence that Dan Quinn brings him back right before we face the Chiefs on Monday Night Football? I'm telling you it's not. Quinn knows exactly what he's doing. He knows that if we're gonna have even a shot against Patrick Mahomes and that Kansas City defense, we need our weapons. And Terry McLaurin isn't just a weapon, he's a nuclear warhead in this offense. Now let's talk numbers, because this matters. In the first 3 games of the season before the injury, McLaurin caught 10 passes for 149 yards. And here's the kicker, his production was trending up every week. Week 1 versus Tampa Bay, 3 catches, 41 yards. Week 2 versus the Giants, 3 catches, 51 yards. Week 3 versus the Raiders before the injury, 4 catches, 57 yards. See the pattern? He was heating up. And now Deebo Samuel's back, and this is where things get really interesting. Samuel has been, without a doubt, the most available member of our receiving corps this season. He leads the team with 315 receiving yards and only missed 1 game, the disaster against Dallas last week. Just 1 game. And y'all saw what happened without him, right? It was a complete mess. I believe, and tell me if I'm crazy in the comments, that sitting him against the Cowboys was strategic. Quinn and the medical staff knew Monday Night Football against the Chiefs was coming. They knew we needed Samuel at 100%, not 70 or 80. They sat him for a week to have him fully healthy for the biggest game of our season so far. Samuel's stats speak for themselves. 3rd of 4 catches leading the team, 315 yards for total touchdowns. This guy we brought in from San Francisco during the offseason, the guy people said was washed. Dunn has been outstanding. In his 7th NFL season, he's proving why Adam Peters made that move. But here's the $1 million question. Are they really at 100%? Because I've seen this movie before with the Commanders. They say a guy's practicing fully, we get hyped. And then Sunday rolls round and he's on the inactive list. How many times have we been burned like that? But here's the thing, and this is key, this time feels different. McLaurin wasn't just out there stretching. He was in full practice, running routes, making cuts, doing team drills. That's huge, after 4 weeks out, after missing all of training camp with his contract situation. Seeing him out there's the sign we've all been waiting for, and Samuel, the Warrior who's been playing through that heel injury since week 5, finally got time to heal. A week off, heavy treatment, and now he's back. I guarantee you that heel is in much better shape than it was 2 weeks ago. Now let me ask you this, and I want you to really think about it. What does it mean to have McLaurin and Samuel on the field together against the Chiefs? It means Marcus Mariota, making his 3rd start of the season, will have real options to receivers who can win one-on-one, create separation, and make explosive plays. Because let's be real, the last 4 weeks have been brutal on offense. No McLaurin, no Jaden Daniels due to injury. Samuel playing limited, our offense looked lost. The Cowboys tore us apart last week because we had no weapons. Dallas knew exactly where we were going with the ball and shut it all down. But Monday night, everything changes. The Chiefs are gonna have to respect McLaurin on the outside. They'll have to put their top corner on him. And when they do that, guess what? Samuel gets one-on-one matchups on the other side. And if they double Samuel because of his versatility, then McLaurin goes off. It's a defensive nightmare. And here's something folks aren't talking about enough. Noah Brown just got placed on IR. With that groin injury from week 2, he played the next 2 games, missed the last 3, and now he's out long-term. That means McLaurin and Samuel aren't just important, they're absolutely crucial. With Brown out and no other reliable options, these two have to be on the field. And the fact that both were full participants on Thursday, 3 days before the biggest game of our season, is the best news we could have hoped for. I'm telling you this with full confidence. If McLaurin and Samuel suit up Monday night and play close to 100%, we've got a real shot to win at Arrowhead. Yeah, I said it. A real shot to beat the Chiefs in their house on Monday Night Football. With the whole country watching. Why? Because Mariota's a vet who knows how to handle these moments. He's not Jaden Daniels, sure, but he's a pro who's been in playoff games, who's won big games before. And if you give him weapons like McLaurin and Samuel, he can make it work. But the big question we're all asking is, will they make it through the game healthy? That's the risk, right? McLaurin's just coming back after 4 weeks. That quad's been healing, but Monday Night Football against the Chiefs isn't exactly a soft landing. It's physical, it's intense, it's a battle out there. And Samuel, with that heel that's been bugging him since week 5, can he handle 4 quarters of high-level football? Because practicing on Thursday is one thing. Playing 60 minutes against one of the best defenses in the league is another. I believe Quinn wouldn't risk them unless he was 100% sure they could handle it. This is a coach who's shown he's smart with injuries. He's not Ron Rivera letting banged-up players destroy themselves on the field. Quinn is calculated, careful, and if he says they're ready, I believe him. Also, think about this. We're sitting at 3-4. We've dropped straight to the Bears and Cowboys. If we lose Monday night, we fall to 3-5, and our playoff hopes take a serious hit. This is a must-win or at least a must-compete game, and to compete with Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and that explosive Kansas City offense, we've got to score points. We're not winning 13-10. We need to put up 24, 27, maybe 30 points. And the only way to do that without Jaden Daniels is with McLaurin and Samuel making big plays. Now here's something that's got me really hyped, the chemistry between Mariota and these receivers. Yeah, Mariota hasn't had as many reps with them as Daniels, but he's a smart quarterback. He knows how to read defenses, how to find his best guys. And when you've got talent like McLaurin and Samuel, you don't need perfect chemistry. You just need to give them a shot to make plays. MC Lauren is an elite route runner. He can beat any corner in the league with his precision, speed, and separation. And Samuel, with his ability to line up in the slot, outside, even take handoffs, he gives Cliff Kingsbury 1,000 ways to get creative. And speaking of Kingsbury, do you think he's not fired up to have his top 2 weapons back? This is an offensive coordinator who came from Arizona, where he had Adree Hopkins and ran explosive schemes. Now, finally, after weeks of working with a limited offense, he's got all his pieces. I guarantee Kingsbury's got the perfect game plan ready for Monday. He's gonna use McLaurin on deep routes to stretch the defense. He's gonna motion Samuel pre-snap to create mismatches. He's gonna dial up screens, slants, posts, everything to maximize these two. Because here's the truth, the Chiefs have a good defense, but they're not unbeatable. We just saw the Niners drop 28 on them. The Falcons gave them a fight. If we've got our best players on the field and we execute the game plan, we can absolutely move the ball on them. And you know what's wild? We're getting McLaurin and Samuel back right when we need them most. Just when the season was starting to slip, just when panic was creeping into the DMV boom. Our stars return. This isn't a coincidence, Commanders fans. This is perfect timing. This is the universe giving us a shot on Monday Night Football. And now the question is, are we gonna take it? If that surprises you, wait till you hear this, because Adam Peters might be about to make a move that nobody saw coming. Commanders fans, listen up, because what I'm about to tell you could completely shift the outlook of our offense. Not just for Monday against the Chiefs, but for the rest of the season. And it's about a player who just went public with a trade request from his current team. I'm talking about Jakobi Meyers from the Las Vegas Raiders. And before you say, Marcus, why would we need another receiver? Let me break down why this makes all the sense in the world. First, the facts. The Raiders are sitting at 2-5 under Pete Carroll in his first season. It's a full-blown mess in Vegas, and Meyers, a 7th-year vet who confirmed a trade request last month, just doubled down this week. When asked if he still wanted out, you know what he said? "Oh, for sure. But I'm a pro at the end of the day. Just trying to play good football, that's huge." A player openly saying get me out of here right before the trade deadline. Now let me ask you, who's got the draft capital, the need, and the guts to make that move? Adam Peters. Let me be clear, Peters ain't Dan Snyder. He ain't Bruce Allen. This is a GM who came from San Francisco, where he learned how to build a complete roster and when to strike. And this, Commanders fans, is the perfect time to strike. Now let's look at the numbers, because this matters. Myers has played in 6 of the Raiders' 7 games this year, starting all 6. He's got 29 catches for 329 yards. Not eye-popping numbers, but you know why? Because he's catching passes from Aidan O'Connell and Gardner Minshew. Just imagine what he could do with Jaden Daniels when he's back. But here's where it gets really interesting. Last season, with only slightly better quarterback play in Vegas, Myers put up WR1 numbers. 87 catches, 1,027 yards for touchdowns. Those are legit numbers. And he did it in one of the worst offenses in the league. Now picture this, Myers in our offense, with Cliff Kingsbury calling plays, with Jaden Daniels slinging it, with McLaurin and Samuel drawing coverage. Unstoppable. I know what you're thinking. Marcus, what about the salary? Because Myers is in the final year of a 3-year, $33 million deal. His cap hit this year is $14.9 million. That's a lot, right? Here's the smart part. We're in week 8. The Raiders have already paid most of that salary. If we trade for him now, before the November 5th deadline, we'd only owe a fraction of that, probably round for the $5 million for the rest of the season. Totally doable. And here's the master stroke. Myers is a free agent after this season. If he comes here, plays well, and likes the fit, we can re-sign him in the offseason to a cap-friendly deal. And if it doesn't work out, we let him walk. No long-term risk. Now let's talk draft picks. The Raiders are 2-5, basically out of the playoff race. Pete Carroll is building for the future. They're not gonna ask for a first-rounder for a receiver in the final year of his deal who wants out. That'd be nuts. I think, and this is educated speculation, a 4th or 5th round pick gets it done. Maybe a conditional that bumps to a 3rd if Myers hits certain incentives. But we're talking minimal draft capital for a proven receiver who just went over 1,000 yards last year. And here's the wild part. We need to make this move. This isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Let me explain why. Noah Brown is on IR, out for a while. McLaurin just came back from a 4-week injury, and even though he's practicing fully, who knows if he stays healthy? Samuel's been dealing with that heel since week 5. Diami Brown and Olamide Zakos are rotation guys, not reliable WR2 or WR3 options. If God forbid McLaurin or Samuel go down again, we're done offensively. No depth, no plan B, and that's unacceptable for a team still in the playoff hunt. Bringing in Myers gives us that safety net. A reliable WR2, WR3 who can play outside or in the slot. A veteran who knows how to win physical matchups. And most importantly, it gives us options. Picture this receiving corps. McLaurin as WR1, Samuel as a versatile 2, Myers as a dependable WR3, and then Brown and Zakos in rotation. That's real depth. That's a group that can go toe-to-toe with any defense in the league. And here's something people aren't thinking about, the psychological impact. If Adam Peters pulls this off before the deadline, he's sending a clear message to the locker room. We're all in. We believe in this team. We're doing what it takes to win, after 2 straight losses, after all the injuries. After the Jaden Daniels drama, this team needs that morale boost. They need to see the front office is committed to winning now, not just building for the future. And for the fans, imagine the hype. Imagine seeing on Twitter, Commanders acquire Jakobi Meyers from Raiders for a 4th round pick. The DMV would go nuts. Finally, a front office making bold moves at the right time. Now I know some of y'all are thinking, but Marcus, what if it doesn't work? What if Myers doesn't fit the system? And to that I say, what's the alternative? Stick with what we've got and hope nobody else gets hurt. That's a disaster waiting to happen. Myers is a proven pro. He's played in New England under Bill Belichick, one of the toughest coaches ever. He's produced in Vegas with subpar quarterbacks. There's no reason to think he can't produce here with better talent around him. And here's the reality of the trade deadline. If we don't make this move, someone else will. The Eagles could use another receiver. The Cowboys are always looking for weapons. The Niners, Peters' old team, might be interested. If we wait too long, we miss our shot. The deadline is November 5th. That's less than 2 weeks away. Peters has to move fast if he's gonna do this. And I believe he will. Why? Because this is exactly the kind of move a confident, aggressive GM makes. Peters didn't come here to be average. He didn't leave a cushy job in San Francisco with a championship team to do the same old thing in Washington. He came here to win, to build a contender, to prove he's an elite GM. And elite GMs make moves at the right time. They see an opportunity and pounce. They see a player who can help and don't hesitate. And Jakobi Meyers is exactly that kind of opportunity. Plus, think about the timing. If we trade for him this week or next, Meyers would have time to learn the playbook before our bye in Week 10. He could practice with the team, build chemistry with Daniels when he's back, and be ready to contribute right after the bye. That gives us 8 games with Meyers on the roster. 8 games to show his value. 8 games to help push this team to the playoffs. And if we make the playoffs with McLaurin, Samuel, and Meyers as our top 3 receivers, watch out. NFC, I guarantee you, if Peters makes this move and Meyers comes in and produces, it'll go down as one of the best trades of the deadline across the NFL. It'll be the move that flipped our season. It'll be the moment we said, we're not the same old Commanders. We're a team that wins, and you know what else? It sends a message to the Cowboys and Eagles. It says, we're not just gonna sit back and watch you run the division. We're gonna fight for every game, every win, every playoff shot. Because let's be real, the NFC East is a war this year. The Eagles are rolling. The Cowboys have talent. The Giants are a mess, but in-division games are always wild. If we want to compete, if we want a real shot at the division or a wild card, we need to make moves like this. And here's the final question. Do you trust Adam Peters to make this move? Because I do. I've seen what he did in San Francisco. I've seen how he built those Super Bowl rosters. I've seen his aggressive but smart philosophy. This move has his name written all over it. Low risk, high reward, perfect timing. If he pulls it off, he'll be a hero in the DMV. If he doesn't, and we keep struggling with no receiver depth, the questions will start flying. And just when you thought we were done, there's more. Because what just got confirmed officially is going to change everything for Monday Night Football. Commanders fans, let me ask you this. Do you believe McLaurin and Samuel can be the difference against the Chiefs? Do you believe we've got a real shot to win at Arrowhead? And what do you think about the possibility of bringing in Jakobi Meyers before the trade deadline? I want to know exactly what you think. Head to the comments right now and tell me, which of these 3 stories has you the most fired up? Is it the return of our stars? Is it the potential blockbuster trade? Or is it just having hope again? And if you're as hyped as I am, if you believe in this team like I do, I need you to do something for me. Hit that like button right now. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. Because this isn't just a YouTube channel, it's a family. This is a community of Commanders fans who live and breathe Burgundy and Gold. Every day, I bring you the biggest news, the deepest analysis, and the most passionate takes on our team. You won't find this anywhere else. You won't find someone who loves the Commanders like I do, who hurts like I hurt, who celebrates like I celebrate. So join this family. Smash that subscribe button. Turn on the bell so you don't miss a single update. Because I promise you, after Monday Night Football, we're gonna have a lot to talk about. And one more thing, share this video with every Commanders fan you know. Post it on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Let the entire DMV know that our stars are back, that we've got a shot, that it's time to believe. Monday night, we'll all be together, watching our team on the biggest stage. And no matter what happens, we'll be there, backing them to the end. And remember, hail to the Redskins!